Did you know that many of the deaths associated with physical inactivity are premature? The number of lives lost because of inactivity is approximately 250,000 a year, which represents about 12% of deaths annual in the United States. This is because of people who have been living a sedentary lifestyle. The sedentary lifestyle has caused, in most cases, obesity, diabetes. It has caused people to go to the doctor more often than what they would like. You might be sitting here saying a sedentary lifestyle. What is that? A sedentary lifestyle is someone who chooses to be inactive, someone who chooses not to exercise, someone who chooses to stay in one spot and not move and be active and move their bones and move their joints. This disease is a problem that has occurred in our children, in us as a society, and in us as individuals. This sedentary lifestyle, it affects our lives. It affects our lives. One may ask, how did we get there? We got there by when you're sitting at the computer all day at your job. You don't move. You're just sitting up there typing. You're working. And instead of you going to go hand your boss that paperwork that's due at the end of the week, or the management skills, or the budget that he's asking for, you email it to him. We don't talk to one another. We rather sit there, watch TV all day long. We don't get out. And we're not active. Back then, people used to walk 3 miles to school, 3 miles back home, and do their chores. Today, we don't do that. Our lifestyles has become inactive. And because of that, we have been accustomed to just sitting down and not doing anything. And the sedentary lifestyle has caused the different amount of diseases to come upon us, which is responsible for a lot of our premature deaths in the United States. Diseases such as blood pressure, coronary heart disease, blood clots, obesity, and if you're a smoker, then the risk factor is greater, and it's even greater if your family has a history of having high blood pressure and heart problems. So think about, if you have a family with the history of high blood pressure, heart problems, you're already overweight, and you're living a sedentary lifestyle, you might want to think, I need to exercise, because it's affecting us as a whole. It affects us when we don't exercise and we don't choose to exercise. It affects us in our breathing. It affects us in our chores, in our everyday lives. It affects us on our jobs. It affects us as being active and going out and playing baseball and being able to go out, and if you have children, to be able to play with our children. Instead of enjoying yourselves and running around and feeling fit, you're breathing hard, or you have to stop playing again because you're not physically fit to work out. It affects us in competing with the world as well. So what can we do to take a stand on sedentary living? We can manage your time by fitting into your day to exercise. Along with that, we can also choose to exercise. It doesn't have to be hardcore running or hardcore aerobics. You can choose to go out and garden. You can choose to just walk. You can choose to run. You can choose to just go around your apartments and just walk around. You can choose to get up and say, okay, I'm going to play with my kids an extra 10 or 5 minutes a day. I'm going to choose not to sit down and watch TV 4 hours a day. I'm going to go out and visit my neighbors. The benefits of these things is that you will have a longer life. We as a society, we have a longer life, because as we know that we the adults are the influencers. And because our children see us doing these things, they will also harbor these habits, and it will go on for generations and generations. And before you know it, our society, or us as being human beings, we have been decreased or no longer insufficient because we are not exercising and taking care of ourselves. So the benefits are great. Not only does it cause longevity, but you'll be able to be more flexible. You'll be able to have agility. You'll be able to compete in sports. I don't know about you, but I like sports. And I would love for my son to play in sports. I have a child, he's 5 months old, and I would love for him to play in sports. So with all these things, take in consideration that 250,000 people die a year because of inactivity, and 58 million more a year because of the diseases of heart attacks, blood clots, and obesity. If we can just take the time to exercise, then we can join together and fight against sedentary living and help us as a society, as individual, and help our children.